और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है, एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया।
So, hello and good evening, friends. My name is Sajid Joy. I'm the business head at Franchise India. Well, it's good to see a nice amount of participation for this webinar. And we at Franchise India would like to thank each one of you for attending this special webinar. This webinar is special because this opportunity is coming to you directly from the house of Franchise India. It's also special because some of you are getting the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. Now, talking about Franchise India, we've been in the market for the past 27 years, and we operate in 14 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to put things in perspective for your benefit, and to explain the Franchise India business model in detail, I would request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you, Sajid, for hosting another episode of another edition of this special webinar. So good evening, friends. And as we have just entered into New Year, we wish you all a very, very happy and joyous New Year. And we warmly welcome all of you in this webinar today. And this special, why we are saying it is special, because we are presenting this opportunity from the House of Franchise India. Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, which is now in this business last 27 years. And what we are talking about, an opportunity to become the partner with world's largest franchise distribution company. So we are a platform wherein we help investors at one side how to select a business. We help in selection, which is very, very important. We help in selection means that information you can get anywhere, but how you can select. There are a lot of parameters then when you want to select a business or you want to get into some business. So there are a lot of parameters. So how we can get all this information, evaluation, and there is a process and then negotiation and documentation. So Franchise India is having this business last 27 years now, because on one side we have investors whom we help, we handhold to select a right opportunity for them, because there are a lot of fitments like which market you are from, what kind of experience you are having, and then what is your investment, and then we have to structure it. Other side, we also have businesses and brands on board with us when we help them into franchise expansions. So it is expansion through franchise route. Would mean that if there is any business, it can be at startup level, or it can be at mid-segment level, it can be at a large corporate also. So we help them in the network building through franchising. So it can be regionally, it can be nationally, it can be also internationally. And as Sajid said, that we have today 97 cities network, around 1,200 people who are dedicatedly working for franchise development for these companies. But we will remain as investor centric company, because as a company we are investor centric, means we help investors how to structure a right deal for them. Internationally, we are now in 14 countries also, and we are very happy to share that in these 14 countries, we have all IFC partners, independent franchise consultants, and this is the model now we are looking forward for having other cities in India also, which were not earlier open, and some cities were absolutely not open because their opportunity is not there. So we have to understand where from you are coming, and what is your experience. And if you are really having a passion to start a consulting business, this can be for you. But at the same time, everybody cannot be a consultant. That's true, because it would need your involvement. It would need your knowledge-based business, right? It's a knowledge-based business. It needs every day to gain the knowledge to train yourself. So I'll give you some uh, you know, brief understanding about what is Franchise India and what is IFC model. So Franchise India, as I said, is a trusted advisory platform how to start your own business. IFC is a specialist, independent franchise consultant is a specialist how to start your own business. At one side, we have investors, on the other side, we have business and brands. We match make. So we are matchmakers, we are deal makers. So that would mean that we help investors, we help brands, and in between, we do deals. And deals would mean when we get a business for an investor and when we sell a franchise for any company which is there with us. So for this, we are also using a byline that in the world, there is nobody who is selling more business than Franchise India. Today, we will understand in this business, in this webinar, three things largely. That what is journey Franchise India do have, what last 27 years we have done, why we started this brokerage business, because there is a platform, there is an events, because in India, we are known as Franchise India because we do around 200 events. So it can be a small city in tier 3, tier 4 city or tier 1 city. We do events. So people know us locally by Franchise India. So why there is now requirement of creating this network that we will discuss further, and this will be also given you understanding about franchising overall, how big this industry is and what is scope next 20-30 years, how it is looking like. And as we are aware that India is the right market for now international brands also, that we will throw light on also what are the international brands today in India we are having. And we will also give you some understanding that Franchise India have created a very, very large brand portfolio, wherein we have around 45 international brands, wherein Franchise India have also invested as master franchise. So we are having complete authority on these brands to expand in India. And these are all different categories. So we'll also discuss that. Plus third, we will also run a small presentation for you to give you full understanding about IFC as a model, independent franchise consultant, how we offer, how you can become part of us, and what is there for you as a business model, and what is the revenue model, how we can make you understand to how you can grow with us, then one level to another level, and then third level. So that we will give you full understanding on this. So during this webinar, we will request that please use Q&A box for all your questions and queries, because there is it's a webinar, so it is one-sided. You don't have an opportunity to talk to us. So you will be using, Q&A box, and we'll also share some questions because you will know about us when we give you complete understanding about our journey, about what Franchise India have done till now. And we will also know who is there with us today, which city you are coming from, what is your profile, which business you are in. So there are a few questions also we will ask you. So we will request you to please Q&A box, only use Q&A box and share your answers so that we can make it interactive for both of us. So before we take it up further, I'll request our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to take it up further to set the perspective of this webinar, and also welcome you once again. And before that, I'll give you understanding about the panelists who are there on panel today. So we have also regional heads with us. That's a support function which we have created for all our partners who are there with us regionally, how we are helping them hand in hand, and also the management team from Franchise India. So starting from myself, as Sajid has already introduced me, I'm CEO Director of Franchise India, and we have Sajid Joy. He is our head at, he is based in Bangalore, and he is also with his team members, Vasmi, and Vamsi is coming from Hyderabad location, and we have Kuldeep, he has joined us from corporate office Delhi. We have Shaktivel, he's our senior leader in Chennai office. He takes care of entire Kerala along with team members Kapil. He is working with all our IC partners locally in Chennai. And we have also joined Sheena. She is taking care of Kerala market. And we have Sominder Das. He has joined us from Kolkata, and Rajendra has joined us from Mumbai location. And we have also some senior leaders also who are in different regions also. We are helping our our IFC partners in day out, because we have our offices in these cities, and we are requesting our partners to invite your clients to our office when we help them join meetings, and then we help them to get through this business also. So before we take it up further, so I have Mr. Gaurav Mari also has joined us this webinar. And after that, our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, will also throw light on the journey of Franchise India. First, Mr. Maria, who is our chairman. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends. Welcome to this very, very special webinar called Independent Franchise Consultant. It's a program which we started about 5 years back. Currently, the world's largest network for franchise consultants. I personally started my career in franchising about 27 years back as a consultant myself, and I continue to practice as a consultant. And I felt 5 years back that I can share what I have learned over the years and had made my career both financially and socially successful. I can share the same knowledge with somebody who can do and work as a franchise consultant. And fortunately, that network has not only just grown, it is also one of the most successful programs which we have. So friends, when you become an independent franchise consultant, you can be in India or our overseas friends who've joined in. If you're overseas, then you have become part of our global company called Fran Global, which runs in 14 countries. We are in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, India subcontinent, Middle East. And we are now very aggressively looking at Africa, because I feel that the next 20, 25 years, 30 years, there's a huge development in Africa. And we also have offices in Australia, North America, and UK. So this is our larger global network, and we continue to develop our global network. But India, we're very strong, and we're about 97 cities, a fully integrated company, which I think Sona is going to talk more about it. I'll take maybe 10 minutes to give you what is this opportunity, and you have any questions which you have, you can also ask on the Q&A box. It's an opportunity to work as a consultant and deliver 3 large services. One, so we are a kind of platform which we have 3 different services. First is helping people to invest in active businesses. Say, for example, you have $20,000 and you want to invest into a business, or $50,000 or $100,000, or even maybe a couple of $1 million. You want to invest into business. You have no resource outside Franchise India, Fran Global, to go and select the right opportunity for themselves. There are so many people out there who can help you with the passive investment, which means that they can help you with stock market, property, gold, all the investment opportunities. But there is no structured organization consulting firm in the world which helps you to invest into an active business. Today, we have over 500 exclusive opportunities. These are large multinationals, large corporates from different parts of the world, and a lot of startups also, which are very interesting and promising businesses, which you can invest. You can invest into a running business, or you can invest into a new business. So this is one very strong service. About 60% of your time would go into this. Then we have another service, which is helping businesses to scale through franchise. And this also we do on a global framework. So if you have a successful business, anybody has a successful business, our consultants work with them and scale their businesses through franchise. We've done over 18,000 brands globally and help these companies scale. It can be large companies like Unilever's or Reliance or Tata's or Procter & Gamble or 3M's. And now we're doing Google First Store. Google actually has hired Franchise India globally. The first store planning is done by us. So we work with these large multinationals. We work with a lot of mid-sized companies, and we'd also work with startups to help them scale their business. And I personally travel about 26 days in a month and meet these companies and entrepreneurs, founders, and understand their story, understand their business models, and help them to scale that business. And the third service which we do, which is also very unique, we help businesses to exit. Now, that's a very interesting business because there are so many businesses out there which don't want to, for different reasons, don't want to continue. And they want somebody to come and value that business and find the right buyer. So, friend, this is a very interesting opportunity. You don't have a competition. You become partner with a company which has 27 years of experience, world's largest franchise solution company, but it is not for everyone. Why I say this? Because if you don't think like a consultant and you don't have that kind of time availability, you're not open for a lot of learning because it's new for you. Every business model is so new to you, right? Like I was just finishing a meeting with my one of the young colleagues in Mumbai, and she was addressing a lab-grown diamond business, right? She has never done that, and sometimes if you don't have that learning level or you don't have that understanding, you will never be able to go, Ras. So to me, three things are very critical before I choose anyone. First, you need to have 100 hours to commit to this program. If you don't have 100 hours minimum, if you have more, it's even better. You will be very, very successful. Second, you need to be somebody who has a huge commitment towards learning because every day we have different business models, different structures, different financial models, different operating structures. All that you have to do learning. And third, you need to be somebody who's committed and persistent towards building your network. While we give you all the leads, we provide you brands, we provide you the leads. I call the two banks which are very important for you to be successful. One is a lead bank and one is your brands, which you need to do. Both we provide you. But you need to bring that persistence to follow through and bring the deals together. So, friends, this is a very, very successful business model, a great opportunity, but only for selected few. Every week when we have this webinar, Sonia and I personally come on the webinar with Sanjay, who leads this business. We all come along to select that very, very few, one or two or three people, which are qualifying to become a partner. And that's why when we priced it so low because I don't want to select people just by investment. I want to select people by their involvement. I always say there are three ROIs. One is return on investment. This business is not about that. This is the other two ROI, return on intelligence and return on involvement. If you bring in these two things, you will be very successful in building your own franchising practice and you will be very, very intelligent. So there's a friend of ours who's joined from Kenya. I'm extremely keen on Kenya because I know the market well. I've been there many times. And we are building now and finding out who can be the right partner. Sajid is the right guy who leads that market with me. And he will talk to you and then he will organize my meeting with you. And only and when we feel that it is right for you and right for us, we will commit to it. And once I commit any market, I go to that market almost every month to develop the market, get the partner to the maturity. Like we just started Sri Lanka. I'm going every month to Sri Lanka. When the market becomes mature, we are able to create the ecosystem. We're able to bring education on I think Kenya particularly. I want to start with education. I want to do small shows. I want to do conferences. All that investment we will do because that is very important for that market. People should understand franchising. They should understand what is happening in globally in franchise. Franchising is $5 trillion industry, right? Multiple, if you see the entire economy of East Africa would not even $5 trillion, right? So it's a very, very big industry. It's a huge industry. Anything and everything you consume comes in franchising. From a dairy product, which you consume every day, to an automobile, which you buy 4 or 5 years, everything is franchised. So it's a very strong industry. And we need a strong partners who are committed, who understands and thinks like what we think, are committed to consulting, committed to helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses. If you feel that you have something like that, then reach out to us, set your appointment. We have a candid discussion, go through the whole structure. You want to talk to some of our IFCs, go and talk to anyone because we all are connected. We are one very close family and they're all very, very successful. So friends, I'll leave with you one question and I will like all of you to answer and then I'll pass it on to Sonia. Sonia will share, she's been in franchising for 2 decades and she will share her experiences, her business model, a little bit of Franchise India and Fran Global. And particularly for our international friends who all have joined in, I look forward for speaking to you because that's where I have to do a very strong selection because it takes not only just getting a partner on board, it's a huge financial commitment, time commitment for me. because, as I said, I travel 26 days. Adding one country is adding another day, which is very tight with me. So which means that I have to leave something to get on to something, right? And it is very big commitment. I've committed myself that this year we will do Africa, because I do a lot of business in Middle East, so it becomes very synergetic from that market. And a lot of companies are coming from us to us from US and Europe, which also want to enter African market. Companies which have now saturated their opportunities in Asian markets or Middle Eastern markets are now looking for next markets. So North Africa and East Africa becomes very, very strategic for us, for those companies which do want to enter that market. So here's my question. So if you are a professional, which means that you're doing a job, just write P and write your city. If you're a business owner, that you do run your own business, so write B and your city, and if you want to share what business you do, because we will understand, is it making synergy or no. If you are a management consultant already, then I like you most because you understand where I'm coming from. You understand consulting, right? So write MC and your city or what kind of consulting you do. It can be consulting, coaching, business coaching. It can be learning and development, any kind of counseling, or any relationship that you have with entrepreneurs. So that's the most I like. And fourth is if you're in a career change, which means that now you're looking for a new career, right? C. So four choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultants, and C for career change. Go out and write on the Q&A box so we understand where you're coming from. And I like to see which city and which location you are all coming from. So Kishore is from Chennai. Kishore, we have a very senior guy on the screen. You can see Saktivel. Saktivel is a lead there. He obviously has a large team there. And so Chennai is a great market. We have some phenomenal success stories. I mean, if you see success stories of naturals, you see CAD centers, you see green trends, you see all these companies which are successful franchise businesses. We are very proud that we built all of those businesses. And we built it from when they were just starting off. So I'm very proud of what we've done in the Tamil Nadu market. And now we're working with best of the jewelers, from GRT to Kalyan Jewelry to all the main businesses. So all our clients, so very strong capability we have, Kishore. And then we have Edward, who's a management consultant. Love to speak to you, Edward. I'm actually looking for a profile for last 4 weeks. Sajid has been trying to bring a lot of profiles, but I'm honestly not impressed because I feel that they don't have that caliber. And it's a big intellectual property. I've earned, we've sold more business than anybody else in the world. So if you're talking to me, then 100% by authority, you can say that you're talking to the most seasoned franchise consultant in this world. Nobody has done more deals. So I'm going to share whatever I've done in my life. And I can tell you the next 30 years or 40 years is the same thing would happen in those markets. So I want to do it with somebody who has a great passion, and somebody who commits for learning, commits for this entire thing. And then I will also commit. I will also put my dollar into the whole thing. Top investment I will do to create these shows, events, and so on and so forth, to create the ecosystem of that market. So let's set some time. Then we have Dilban, which is from Coimbatore. Kishore, let's talk. I like either I like management consultants or people who just now doing a new career, because they have available. They can think over it. Sometimes I get a profiles, people working somewhere. I will give you weekend. I will give you that. I don't like those profiles. Why? Because I get nervous. They might not be able to put time. So I like people who are either management consultants or they're ready to go. They are now in a career change. So this becomes full-time part for them. And then if it becomes full-time, it's full successful. It's 100% success. I rather guarantee if you 3 months follow what I tell you, if you fail, it is 100% my responsibility. And I'm giving on a public webinar, 100%. But if you follow my 3 months, what we train you, 100% my responsibility, because nobody can fail. This is something which we have done it, do it every day. And we have strongest relationship possible in this industry. So Rohit, I'm actually in Mumbai. Oh yeah, we've just met. He was there. I rather recommended him to go and see the webinar. Good, you did that, and take a feel, understand it, then think about it. And if you're still keen, then we'll talk. Steve is from Kenya. Welcome, Steve. He's a business owner. I would like to know a little bit more about your business. Joshua is also from Kenya. I'm not too sure you're a professional. I don't know you have time or you moving out of your career. But obviously, Sajid can discuss with you. Then we have Mr. Valan from Chennai. Again, good profile. I like it. Shiva is from Bangalore. Shiva, welcome. Sajid sits out of Bangalore. We have large team in MG Road. Varun is from Bangalore, Chikmagalur. Uh, so you need to see how, while your profile is counseling, so you understand how to counsel. Here you counsel entrepreneurs, business owners. And then we have Sadhana Sadhya, which is, I don't know what it means, business and something. And Rishi, okay, is a marketing consultant. Rishi, we should talk. You're a consultant, so I don't know what kind of marketing you do, digital marketing or whatever. But it's a little different from marketing consulting. Consulting is how do you help businesses grow? How do you advise people to counsel them to invest into the businesses, right? This is the most fun thing in the world you can do. Again, I said, some get it, some don't get it, right? Consulting is like that. Consulting is a great thing because if you get it, it's always appreciates. More time you put, more you're seeing clients, more you're meeting entire thing. Every day your knowledge is appreciating. Every day, right? And nobody can steal from you. This is one thing I've learned. Nobody can steal from you, right? Nobody can take away. You'll always be ahead of the game. Then we have somebody, Vinay from Vijayawada, again, a city we have done a lot of work. And then we have Laura, who has come from Nairobi, again, a management consultant, good profile, let's talk. Abhishek is from Patna. We have big operations in Patna, almost everything. We just opened up Starbucks in Patna and we sold franchise in there. And then we have Venkata, who's from Pilani, Rajasthan. Then we have Bilash, who's a consultant for loan. We have also a separate vertical called Fran Money, where we help people to lend. Then we have Ravi, who's from Andhra Pradesh. Ravi Vamsi would be in touch with you. Your management consultant, good profile. I like your profile. Rather, I'm in Hyderabad tomorrow if you have time. And Vamsi finds you qualified, and eventually Sajid and Vamsi would talk to you. If they find you qualified, then maybe we have a chance to meet tomorrow. And Kishore is a management consultant. A lot of management consultants join, so this makes me a little comfort. Otherwise, I keep telling my team and say, "Don't, you're doing something wrong." I get hundreds of people joining in, and they're professionals who don't know how they want to manage time. They get impressed with the franchising, they're impressed with more money they can make, but they don't have time. And so Arvind is from Jaipur. Very interesting, Arvind. You can talk to Kuldeep and set it up. Srivatsan is Bangalore, business owner. I need to understand a little more. Deepak is Ahmedabad, but Deepak, you're a professional. I don't know how you want to manage time. Abhilash is Kerala. Kerala, Sheena would talk to you. We have office in Kerala. And Sadhya is Jaipur. And then Rebecca is also from Kerala. So good. Thank you very much. You all have taken time out to introduce yourself. I really respect that. I respect people taking time out. One of the things which as consultants, we have to find is respect for our own time. And that's very, very important. As a consultant, you only work on two things: how you can maximize your time and how you can get more value for your time, right? This is only the two things we do. When I finish the day, I think the next day, how do I maximize my time, right? And how do you do that? And maximization is not easy every time because it's finite, right? It's not unlimited. So you have to sometimes juggle between planes, take multiple flights, do a lot of other things to really maximize your time. And you get more value after time. And that's something which you should really talk. But every quarter you should say, I'll make more money on the one single hour I put, and I will improve my entire thing. And this people don't understand. We all come to this world for a market price, right? And how do we increase our market price? And when you become a consultant, it's in your hand. How do you increase your market price, right? Otherwise, people set, when you're a professional, somebody sets your market price, right? You cannot go and say, I can do 10x of that. I want to 10x of what I do. When you're a business owner and you're a consultant, you can do that. You can make your choices, right? So friends, it's a very, very interesting opportunity. I will take a leave because, as I said, I have to maximize my time. I have another 2 meetings waiting. So I'll jump on that meetings. And Sonia would lead the discussion. She will give you a big overview. Keep asking your questions. She will be the best person to answer because she's built the largest broking business in this market, has about 500 people reporting into her. And then Sanjay would take over back and run you the presentation, right? It's a big decision for anybody to change career or look at a new career or look at a new opportunity or getting into new industry. Spend as much time to learn this. And even if you decide after that this is not for you, it's great. And you will never regret it because you still learned something, right? So thank you very much for your time, and over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. And friends, a very good evening once again to all of you. And in short, as we all understood, we are a start your own business specialist, and anyone who wants to start a business in community or the opportunity we have at hand. And given the distribution, which is spread across more than 90 cities, 14 countries, that makes Franchise India and Fran Global the world's largest franchise development and distribution company. And we all understand today, if today anybody is looking to start a business, irrespective any part of the world, there are only three ways to do that. Either you have your own startup, you start your own business, and the second is you take something which is already existing, which means that you buy running business, which is resales. And third is as franchise. So at Franchise India Fran Global, we work in the latter part, which is resales and franchise. And over the last 2.5 decades, we have actually worked very, very hard to build our capacities through our distribution, through our work, and have worked with more than 10 million investors to start their business, more than 20,000 companies, which also includes nearly 1,000 market entries with some of the most iconic brands in the world to bring them to the Indian market and also the India subcontinent. So what we have done these many years is we've created the ecosystem through all the group companies of Franchise India put together. One. Second, we also have created a very big distribution, which I said is across the country and across the globe. And this distribution is very deep through our teams, through our partners. So which means not only in India, but we also have global markets where our partners operate. And third is we have created this opportunity to partner, right? So it's a wonderful to see such a wealth of experience on this webinar, different geographies, profile of people who have come in. And this is what exactly makes the IFC program very, very strong. And the largest network, I would say today, that we represent in most of the parts of India and in global markets is through our channel partners, our IFC partners. And on an average, our partners come with an experience of nearly 20 to 30 odd years of experience. And most of them have been from the management consulting side, or they've been running, some kind of consulting business on their own. So as a company, we are a company which has been actually democratizing entrepreneurship, and our group companies present a very strong value proposition for the entire franchise community. And I'll also put some understanding on, why and what actually makes our business unique. Sorry, there's some problem with the electricity. So what makes us unique is what I'll talk about. I will also request, friends, if you have any questions, keep putting your questions. We'll be happy to answer as many questions. And also, if you want to meet any of our teams, like I said, they're spread across the country. We'll be happy to also meet with you one-to-one. Some more things which I want to start with, before I give to even Sanjay. Unlike a lot of other businesses that we come across, including maybe the businesses that you're currently part of, Franchise India, we are a knowledge-based company, and which requires a lot of learning every day to be able to advise people either to enter franchising or to buy an existing business. So we need partners who come with the mindset of growth, which is very, very important for us. And also believe in the purpose of democratizing entrepreneurship, which is the purpose, of our company, Franchise India. And when you work in a company which is not a product company, we are a service company, which means that a lot of diagnostic, a lot of solutions is something that we bring to our community. And today, even the role of consultants is getting evolved, right? So the new world is knowledge-driven world. It's a knowledge economy, and an advisor like us is seen to be someone who brings a lot of credible and hyper-local market knowledge. And that is why our partners become more and more valuable, because they bring in a lot of local market knowledge, which is very, very important for local investor and businesses before they take the decision to invest in any industry or a brand. So you stay on the top of your industry, and you also keep acquiring a lot of new knowledge, information, and expertise, which is very important in order to stay competitive, because the competition is also the next partner in the city. The competition is also the team of Franchise India Fran Global, which is there in India or global markets. So we need to have partners who have that determination to also build their own brand, your own self-equity. And when you do that, your product, or I would say your client, will trust and respect you for that. So what we have done over these years, not only we have created this ecosystem and community, but also the opportunity to expand this ecosystem through partnerships in the form of IFC channel. And every single day, friends, we bring a new opportunity which comes into franchising through our platforms, including our physical shows, our webinars that we conduct every day. One new unique opportunity is launched into franchising. So we felt the need for us was not only to get bigger, we can add more partners, we can add more countries and more teams, but also to have a deeper reach and connect with the community, that we service, right? So today at Franchise India, we receive nearly 1 lakh inquiries every single month of people who want to invest in businesses. And in spite of the fact that a lot of information today is widely available, including the website of our company, Franchise India, there are 7,000 companies which have listed their franchise information, including the top companies, the corporates, the enterprises, startups. But what is really missing is the insights, the information sometimes is overwhelming for an investor to make any sense of it. And that's where they become indecisive. So Franchise India works with business buyers. We give them guided solutions in their entire journey of buying a business. And also one important thing, because as a consultant, franchise consultant, we all carry, from top to bottom, including our partners, we all carry very big responsibility in helping a potential buyer to make the right and informed decision of buying a business. And that sometimes looks like how do we bring in absolute accuracy with so much of opportunities around, with different profiles of people that we interact with their different appetite of risk and investment. So we've also created a very, comprehensive framework that we also train our partners on how to, advise from the choice of brands to the financial expectations, commercial terms. And there's a complete methodology which has been designed on which all our franchise partners are trained on. Now, as a consultant, we take a very holistic view on the ROI, how the industry is growing, how the brand has performed in the past, the predictability on the cash flows, the margins in the business, and above all, what are the most valuable thing, which I would say is, how can we work with these business buyers to reduce their risk of investment in the business. That's where our expertise comes in. So a little bit on our company, and while I think Sanjay also talked about it. So while we are the largest in the world in terms of what we do, but we created this ecosystem 27 years back through our 4 different entities, I would say, and there are multiple companies under the group. And like Gaurav talked about our business where we help companies to expand, that's our company called FranCorp. FranCorp is an American company which is much older than Franchise India and Fran Global, comes with 48 years of legacy. Perhaps FranCorp is the only company and the pioneer in franchise consulting, which has consulted the top names like McDonald's, KFCs. And Franchise India acquired the rights of FranCorp about 19 years back. And we take pride in consulting some of the top iconic, corporates, enterprises in the country, and also a lot of startups, unicorns that we today work with. So we make companies ready to get into franchising. We consult them on every aspect, from their financials to go-to-market, to their business models, to their manuals, to the legal agreement, marketing communication. All that is done by FranCorp. Our second business is largely, I would say, an ecosystem, which we have been able to reach through a very big interface with investors and companies, which is our media platform, where currently we do about 200 exhibitions in India. And these are some of the largest exhibitions in the world, which is organized by Franchise India. We run 3 magazines, which includes Franchising World, Retailer, and also a global magazine called Entrepreneur. I'm sure a lot of our friends who have joined from also international markets know the brand Entrepreneur. This is an American magazine and the top B2B magazine in the world. So Franchise India is partner with this magazine for entire Asia Pacific. And our third business is largely advisory, which is business brokerage, where we do franchise sales. We also help sales running businesses. And that's where a very big role of our IFC partners come in. And our fourth business is where we as a company, not only we help companies to facilitate franchise sales, but we also are owners of or the master franchisee of more than 45 companies from global markets. And these companies are spread across different industries, from food to retail to education to wellness. There are about 45 such portfolios that we have built because we understand the trends, we understand the demand in emerging economies like India and other markets where we are present. So we go out and select companies we want to partner with. So, and why we need this ecosystem today, if you look at the overall demand, there are more and more people who are starting their entrepreneurship journey, and there are more and more companies which are coming into franchising. So the space of franchising is becoming larger than what it was 10 years back, or I would say 27 years back when we started working. And like Gaurav said, globally, this is a 5 trillion economy, much larger than the economies of many countries. And it also contributes about $2.5 trillion per year to the global economy. And 40% of global franchise sales, they come from franchise businesses. So you can all understand how big this business of franchising is. And some aspects which I like to talk about, because the very first question that comes to anybody's mind is this opportunity big enough? And if is it big enough, is it big enough for me to participate? And do I see a life of this opportunity? If you've been in this business for the last 27 years, and the next, I would say 30, 40 years, I don't see we'll have dearth of any business, right? And that is because the consumption story is becoming interesting globally, and especially in market like India, which are emerging economies. And there's a big demand for brands because people are becoming more and more brand conscious. And nearly 70%, if I talk in context of India, nearly 70% of our GDP is driven by domestic consumption. And domestic consumption is something that makes the economies very, very resilient. In comparison to this, if I give you China is only 53% of domestic consumption versus India, which is 70%, right? And we were maybe 10 years behind many countries like China, and maybe 25 years behind the US 20 years back. But the entire story, the entire narrative has changed now. What was happening in these economies and countries is what is happening in India and the emerging economies. And that's where a lot of our interest lies in. Another area which I want to also talk about, and this is what I've personally experienced working with the big community of business buyers. When we started our company in 1999, out of, say, 100 businesses we would sell or people would look to buy these businesses, a very small community, say only 10% of these people were first-time business buyer or the first generation business buyer. But today, this community has become very, very big. Today, out of 100 businesses that we sell, 60% of these businesses are bought by people who are getting into the business for the very first time. So the first time business buyer community, the first generation business buyer community is becoming very, very big. And so the learning curve, friends, is always very big for something that you have not done in your life. So we thought, how could we as a company collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs like you? And we share with you our validated learning and we shorten this curve. So we also have a 3-day long program, which happens in the head office of Franchise India, which is Delhi, where we do in-house 3-day training program conducted by me, Gaurav, Sanjay, we all are there in this training program. And we give you a lot of understanding on the industry, also on all the products, the investor community, the companies coming into franchising, global brands, and very extensive training that is conducted. I think one of our friends asked what kind of training do we impart. So we have a complete curriculum and also how to run your practice and build your own micro market, which is very, very important, something that we train you on. So I think before, I think I've covered a bit. I'll also now request Sanjay, if you want to put the presentation on. Friends, we'll run you through a very small presentation that will talk about what our product is and how you as a business partner, monetize by becoming an IFC partner of Franchise India. So largely we have two stakeholders. I think Gaurav talked about our business where we work with companies. The other side, we work with investors. So my large two stakeholders in my business is this very powerful and very strong community which trusts Franchise India, who, before making any investment decision, I told you that we do some of the largest shows in franchising, and there's so much of information on the website alone of Franchise India, but still, even in exhibitions, when people come to, they would still come to the Franchise India booth and say, we have seen a lot of opportunities in the exhibition that you have organized, but we would still like to, have a second thought and would need your insights to help us select, what opportunity is right for us. So these are two stakeholders, and these investors are not just retail investors who want to invest in 10, 15 lakh. So that's also a very big community for us. But for me, the investor community is also today a lot of companies who want to diversify. We work with a lot of developers today who are keen to take a lot of international brands as a master franchisee or bring international brands to the Indian market. We work with a lot of enterprise who also look at acquiring some businesses, and a lot of HNIs and premium investors who are adding more businesses in their current business structure. So this investor community is also very diversified, from anybody wanting to invest maybe 1 million to maybe 100 million, 200 million. The entire spectrum of this investment is very, very large. And similarly, on the supply side or the brand side also, I work with startups as small as somebody who's running maybe a 2 outlet or a 3 outlet, and to corporates like Reliance who've been running the largest retail chains in the country. So we work with everybody in between. So I'll request Sanjay if he can put on the presentation. And friends, if you have any questions in between, please ask us. We'll help you understand how you make money, the kind of commission structure that we have, what are the overall products that we have that we take to the market, and what kind of revenue you have an opportunity to make on each of these products. Sanjay, over to you.
Thank you so much for giving us the complete insight of franchising, Franchise India's journey, and also now we will take you friends through a small presentation to give you overview of the business model, the IFC as a model. So what we are talking about franchising, as we said, it is already around $5 trillion industry. Whatever we consume today is coming from franchise company. And if you just throw light on what you do from morning till evening, what you use, what you consume, what as per service, product, everything coming from the franchising. And if we give you some understanding about the sector wise or category wise, so you use technology today is also franchised. You use healthcare services, also franchised. Even direct to home services. Now you can see there are some elderly healthcare services also, which are available at your home. Today, gardener coming to your home is also franchised. If you see now, there's a business which is pet care business. Pet care is also evolved. Earlier, there were very few, but now this is also now evolving. And these brands and businesses, they are looking forward for expansion in different cities because there is a consumer, there is a consumption, right? So people are looking forward to start this business. If there is a pet care clinic, then there are a lot of pet lovers today. So they want to have their own neighborhood pet care clinic. So that's wherein companies are also creating that opportunity because they want to finalize a local partner. That is what we called as a franchise. As a local partner means investor who will invest in this business and becoming the business partner for the these companies. Now
Just 1 minute, we have somebody from Africa, and friends, I see a lot of our friends have joined from Africa. So you see Sajid on this webinar, and I'll request Sajid if you can also share your email ID and contact number. Some of our friends perhaps would like to get connected with you. Maybe you can put that in the chat box and we can speak to them post the webinar. Yes, please, over to you.
Great. So now we're talking about auto. Now see the EV segment today. So everybody knows there are a lot of EV segment companies, all two-wheelers, these are coming with EV segment, and they also want to enter into different cities because the consumption is growing, franchising is growing. And apart from this, now see, if you have a two-wheeler, which is EV segment, you need a charging stations also. These are also opportunities which are small segment opportunities. They're also now evolving, and they are looking forward for expansions. Financial services, right from Motilal Oswal to Kotak Mahindra, ICICI Securities, these are all big companies. We have already done start working with them, get them into franchise, and we have all the way worked with these companies. Now, there are some other companies also in the financial sector. They're also looking forward to enter into different markets and through this franchising, because franchising is a viable model for your expansions, and expansion is growth, because for you have to grow as a business owner, you have to expand, and you have to expand, then franchising becomes the easy and a viable business model for all companies. So what we offer? So we offer a tablet. Tablet would mean T stands for technology. So when our business partner, our IFC partner is on board, how we are going to help. Now we will provide you technology would mean that we'll have a CRM. In this CRM, we will give you all database. Now these database is an investor leads. These are all brands and then some brand centric leads also. So everything is coming into a CRM. Then we also give you email ID from Franchise India domain, which you can use every day when you are sending mails, you are working with any client and then sending mails. It will be all from Franchise India domain email ID. And then also we will give you access of our offices. The infrastructure what we have, you are having full access would mean that somebody who was writing from Chennai, from Kolkata, from Bangalore, Mumbai, or wherever you are from, if we have office, it is fully available for you to use full time. And also you can invite your clients to our office and we will help you in terms of structuring the deals or helping you to close the business as well. And these offices are full time available and also you can use it for all your meetings. In our business, you don't have to open your own office. If you are at home, you can use it from work from home kind of a business. And if you are nearby our office, you can come and use our office full time. All facilities are there for our partners. B stands for brands. So we will give you, the moment you come for training, we'll give you 500 brand list. And this opportunity list is very, very huge. If you go to franchiseindia.com, which is our official website, you will see more than 18,000 companies already listed. But there are some 1,200 companies wherein Franchise India have further, having a agreement with them so that we are exclusively driving these opportunities. And these can be your local companies, where from you are. So there are a lot of local companies. There are some national brands and there are some international brands as well. And these brands will be all available. And then there will be some startups. This will be all some mid-segment companies and then also enterprise companies as well. So we have everything with us for every investor. So I'll give you some understanding after this, how we work with investors, how we work with brands as well. As far as leads are concerned, so we give you full support of leads. Would mean that you don't have to put even a single penny in the lead generation or in any of the marketing activity, even events and everything. E stands for events also next. All events are done by our side. You have no investment in this. Leads, promotions, we'll give you creatives. We will have, marketing campaign for every IFC partner. It can be brand wise also, because we create you as a brand in your city. So we'll do branding for you. We'll do promotion for you. And then you become Franchise India in your city. As I said, events. So yes, we do around 200 events in a year. Every month, some 15 to 20 events, what we do. And these are all available free of cost to all our partners. What you do, you come to our event. This Saturday, Sunday, we have many events which are lined up. We have in Bangalore, we have in Hyderabad. We also have 2 days event in Pune. And our partners from Mumbai are also coming to Pune. And there are some partners who are coming from even Gujarat also to be part of that event. So what we do, everything is structured, everything is ready for you. And our partners are, So our partners are coming over with their time. Rest all done by Franchise India. These events are organized by Franchise India, and where we invite brands, we invite investors. And these investors, the best part is we are not utilizing our time free of cost with these investors. Because if we feel that investors who are coming or business buyers who are coming to our event, and they are just like walk-ins and just coming to event and it is wasting our time, absolutely no. Because we have a backend team, they filter and they sell the tickets. So all the people who are coming, these business buyers coming to our event, even smallest business meets which we organize, all investors and walk-ins are paid investors because they get the ticket and then only they come to the event. Wherein our partners are spending their time, they are giving their involvement, their time, and they are helping these investors, consulting them, advising them, and understanding their requirement, and then helping them and structuring a right opportunity for them. And then there are a series of discussions which we do. T stands for training. So we have 3 days extensive and in-depth training in our office, which is corporate Delhi office, every month, 3 days. And this time we have 18th, 19th, and 20th. So we have a new batch who are coming, who are already selected. They have selected us, we have selected them, and now we are partners. So they're coming for this training. And after the training, they're in a different world altogether, because now you get complete information about how we do this business, what are the fundamentals of this business, and what is the structure of this business and how we have to do. So we'll give you brand training, we'll give you some product training, we'll also give you some understanding about different brands which are also with us as we are master franchise for them. Now, what is our proposed structure for IFC? Because we feel that every partner who is coming is highly experienced. One, second, they also have their structure to grow. They are also having aspiration to grow, and not only by position wise, by revenue wise, but how we have to make it possible. Because we feel if anybody who is joining us, one, your experience is different from others. Second, you have your availability also. Somebody is putting 4 hours, which is minimum, and then somebody is putting 8 hours, somebody is putting full time. Because we have full-time IFC partners and they are not seeing timing. Whether it's 8 in the evening, 9 in the evening, they do some joint meetings and calls. And while they are also on travel, they do a lot of meetings that time also. Even they are with some family outside somewhere because they are business owners. They don't see time. So we feel when you are in, and you also need to have some understanding that if someone want to grow faster, someone want to earn more, there has to be some understanding. So that's how we have created this ladder, wherein we feel that everyone who comes us has to be at the entry level only, because every partner will join us at IFC entry level. What we do, then we start working. And if when you hit 15 lakh rupees gross revenue, or it can be 15 deals, whichever is coming earlier, in one full year. So it's not about maybe 1 month, 1 day, it's a full year. If you do 15 lakh rupees revenue, rather it can be even one lead or one deal or one transaction, you will hit 15 lakh. It can be 1 day also, it can be 1 week also. So you become IFC elite member. And when you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue or 30 deals, it becomes pro and then master also at 1 CR. And sometimes it takes, say, 6 months to become, 2 years to become, and 1 month. In 1 month also, we have a lot of partners who have crossed this 15 lakh rupees revenue, because this is becoming your opportunity. When you are becoming franchise India partner, then we are giving you all the opportunities from our side. What all we provide? We will provide you leads, will provide you brands, will provide you training, will provide you events, and also the support function. So we will give you some understanding about the payout structure, how your earning starts. You can calculate. So it is 40% on these 3 products at beginning, at the startup level, and then we have 20% you can see at the 1 product. So give you some understanding, rather you can now understand what we are talking about here. We have 4 revenue products. Then we have also other revenue products which are coming to you as an additional. So today we will talk about the core product. Core product is, we work with investor one side, we work with brand, as we discussed. These are the 2 communities which we work. So when we are working with investor, I stands for investor, B stands for brand. So what we do? We match make, we help investors to find a right match, and then we help brand also to sell franchise. So we match make both, right? So what we have exactly done? We have an investor, we service the investor. We have a brand, we service the brand. So, but as company, because this is a consulting business, advisory business, we do not work free of cost. So we have an onboarding fee for investor also, onboarding fee from the brand side. So let's see investor. I stands for investor. So IA would mean investor acquisition, means investor registration. When we take investor on board, that becomes investor acquisition. Then we service. We find right match. When we service, we get a franchise. Then we also have investor service fees. So these are 2 fees from the investor side. And brand, which is BD, business development, means brand on board. When we have a brand on board, because any brand who want to work with us, because they want to help, they want our help in terms of helping them to get franchisees on board. And that can be regionally, as I said, that can be locally, and that can be also internationally as well. So what we do, we onboard the brand. Right? When we onboard the brand, and then we charge them some fee. And what is the fee we charge? That we will discuss. And when we charge for the investor, we charge the brand both. And when we service both, means brand also and investor also, we charge investor and brand, both a service fees. That becomes IS, that becomes BS. So on 3 products, here you get 40%, and 1 product, which is brand on board, you get 20%. Leads is absolutely no worry in our system because leads are absolutely there for you. When we are saying that there is no investment on lead generation, promotions, it's absolutely there on us. No investment. So if I can give some examples, so when we work with investor, we feel that we are giving our time, and this time is our product. So we cannot work free, of course, because if we take investor, we give him some opportunities, we work with him for a month or 2 months, 3 months, not getting business then after that is a loss, is a time loss really for us. So we do not do that. So we have a fee structure from investor side. We start a fee structure of just 30,000 rupees, and then we start servicing, because now we know there's a sure shot deal out of this investor who will definitely buy. Second, what we get investor service fees because he's registered, he will definitely buy a brand today, tomorrow, or 1 month, 2 months, but we will get investor service fees. And when any investor we service, that means they are getting in tie-up with some brand, so we are selling a brand as well. So our BS fees, which is brand service fees, is also getting confirmed. So by taking investor on board, there are 3 businesses, 3 revenues which are coming back to us, which is investor acquisition, which is investor service fees, and then brand service fees. So when we are talking about at the beginning, and I said at the beginning is 30,000, then it goes to 50,000 to 1 lakh to 2 lakh to 5 lakh also. In some cases, we have bigger amount also sometimes because these are all bigger deals, but we have an arrangement from 30,000 to 5 lakh, which we charge an investor based on the investment, what is capacity of investment from the investor side. Accordingly, our investor service fees is also starting from 1 lakh, and it goes to 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh also in some cases. But starting when I said you have a 30,000 rupees on onboard fee for investor, in that case, it is only up to 20 lakh rupees investment. So if any investor is looking forward for a small setup in business, it can be under 20 lakh, we charge 30,000, and then we charge 1 lakh, which is minimum, 1 lakh rupees service fees because it takes us a lot of time. It takes sometimes months also, but we know it will be done. We will charge investor again a lakh of rupee after that. And as far as the brand service fees is concerned, that depends on the brand to brand. But when we take a brand on board, we have 2 revenue products that time to decide. One is onboarding fees with us. So we have a structured way. It is not about all over India. Since now we are corporate, we have a lot of people, around 1,200 people working in the system. We do not sell any rates or this thing, that thing. So we have a standard policy of onboarding, and there are 4 structures, 4 parameters. One is 8.5 lakh rupees plus GST at the starting level. Then we have 17.5 lakh rupees plus GST for another model. And then we have 40 lakh rupees and 75 lakh rupees. There are 4 models, but starting is 8.5 lakh plus GST. GST is 18%. This is all I'm talking about today as per the Indian market is concerned. So what do you get? If you refer, you have to only refer. You have to refer a case, a company name or a brand name who want to expand their business. Now they want to work with us, or we approach, or they approach. Both sides, we get into a meeting. So we will arrange a meeting for you, and you will be part of that meeting. Because the reference is coming from you, you will be part of all discussions, all mails and everything. but it will be all supported by us. You don't have to do beyond anything giving us reference. It will be done by us. We'll align a meeting. Rather, Mr. Maria, he was talking about he's in Mumbai today. He travels 26 days in a month. What he is doing? He is only and only doing the joint meetings, face-to-face meetings, and some are there on the Zoom link also online, but more he is doing physical meet. Tomorrow he's in Hyderabad. So our partners have fixed up some meetings, and Mr. Maria is there, and he will be having face-to-face meetings. Like one of the gentlemen, he is in Mumbai. He has already joined this webinar, and he has already met our chairman today. Likewise, there are other meetings also he is doing for our partners, and partner is inviting, and rest all we do. So in terms of business development, what we do, first we'll do meeting. After that, we'll share the proposal. All proposal presentations also done by us. You will be marked copy. And after that, we will do the follow-ups, and we will get the closure also. The payment will come. So suppose we do 2 closures for you a month, and it is open. You can do maximum leads you can share with us. It's up to you. Now, if we do 1 transaction also, so what we get? 8.5 lakh plus GST. Your share is 20% on that. Now, 20% is only for sharing the lead with us, right? Which can be out of the database which we have given, out of the leads which we have given, or you can be your reference. You can go to market, you will see some companies offering franchise, go to today's social media, you find a franchise company offering franchise, you can connect with us. Now, when we onboard a brand for 8.5 lakh plus GST, we also have another revenue product, which is BS, means brand service fees. Would mean that when we sell a franchise for the same brand, and that can be sold by you because you have taken on board, it can be sold by anybody in the system, because the brands which we will give it to you to service are also onboarded by some employee or maybe any IFC partner. But when we onboard a brand, it is open for everyone to sell franchise, because you want to decide if you want to drive that brand pan-India. There are some IFC partners who take brand on board, take full responsibility because there are 100 franchisees to open. You want to drive it full, full year. It can be in your region, it can be out of your region, because we do not have any geographically concern or any restriction for that. It's up to you how you want to do that. And you want to drive the whole brand as per the rollout plan, as per the expansion plans. We generate leads, and we will help you with all the leads to you, all different categories. And also it can be in the different markets as well, as per the market location and as per the rollout plan. When we sell a franchise, we also take a success fees or a consulting fees or a service fees. That is becoming our BS fees, which is as low as 1.5 lakh plus GST. Then it goes up to 20-30 lakh also, depending on opportunity or depending on the business model which has been created. Suppose it's a master franchise you sell, and master franchise fees is suppose 50 lakh rupees. So we charged you some fee which can be around 35% of franchise fees. But if it is a small set of opportunity, which is low cost, around 10-15 lakh rupees, or even 5-7 lakh rupees, we have minimum of 1.5 lakh rupees plus GST to charge a brand for selling the business opportunity for them. Even one deal happens, you get minimum 1.5 lakh to franchising. So what is your share? Your share is 40% of all these 3 products and 20% on this product. And when you become elite member, you will get 50% share. We are 50% shareholder. And at Pro, you become 60, we become 40, and Master, you become 70, and we are 30% sharing. Now, in this, we still continue giving you every sport. Rather, the sport function is also going up, lead structuring going up, CRM going up, lead percentage will go up at every level. But as far as the revenue is concerned, you are our 40% sharing at the base level, but all the investment is done by Franchise India. 50%, all investment done by Franchise India, because now we are 50-50 partner. And at Pro, you become 60, then you are also becoming 70% partnership. Now in this, please understand another part. this is not the only revenue for you. There's another revenue arm, which is cash incentives given by these brands who are working with us, because they feel that these partners who are working with my brand, getting growth in those companies, getting franchisees for those companies, we further negotiate. All our leaders, they negotiate for their vision, for their partners, because we feel that if our partners are working hard, getting some business for them, they should be also paid for this. So we negotiate with brands and take some cash incentives also. It can be 50,000 per deal. It can be 1 lakh, 2 lakh also, depending on size of the opportunity. That's also second opportunity. And in this, Franchise India also is extending our support in terms of giving you some working capital also and some kind incentive as well. Kind can be, it can be iPhone, it can be, recently we had distributed iPhones, we have given you some watches, Armani watch, exchange watches, we have given you Titan watches, we have given Samsung phones, and we have also some Rado watches. We have also cars also, which is an incentive for our IFC partners. Then we have also given them a working capital. Now, this working capital means that if you do 3 months some business, some revenue, you can get this also. It can be say 35,000 rupees if you do say 2 lakh rupees revenue. If you do 3 lakh rupees revenue, you get 50,000 extra. You get 5 lakh rupees revenue, you get extra. So this working capital is also being used when you travel other city. So we'll arrange your travel, your tickets, your stay there in that city is also done by us. So right now, I was just before this meeting, my next show is happening in Pune 2 days. So our some IFC partners from Bombay, they are traveling to Pune to attend this event. So we have already a working capital available, which we are now using. Next time we have another show in North, and our partners from South, from even West, they are also traveling. So they can use this working capital in terms of your tickets, air tickets, and also for the stay. Third, we also have a contest, which is international contest every quarter. So that's from our side. So this quarter, every quarter, we have fixed some destination, and all are international. And then what we have some criteria to qualify. And for that qualification, also our team works very, very hard, because we have regionally a target. Our regional heads are also having target that maximum qualifiers should be from your region for this contest. And what we have done is we have put reverse of this. So the target for our team is becoming the target of our partners. So if we have in any region, suppose now my partner who want to qualify, we are giving them full support, and our team is also helping them to qualify. That's how our team is also getting qualification. So that's wherein they are putting their time, they are available, they are putting some efforts. So we are equally contributing in their performance. And in this, we are day in, day out, we are working very, very hard to make every partner successful, because either we don't take anyone as a partner, or if we have taken, it becomes our first responsibility that to make every partner grow. And second, that a message from top to bottom is that what investment is there in this. It's very, very low investment. Rather, it's a highly rewarding company. It's a highly rewarding opportunity. But we feel that when you join, how soon your investment should be back to your pocket. That is where we put all efforts, and how you can become our partner, what is your fee structuring in this. And that is only one fee structure, which is a licensed fees for Indian market, which is 6 lakh rupees, Indian rupees, which is plus GST 18%. It's only one time your fee to become the partner with world's largest franchise solution company and distribution company. And there is no investment next 3 years. 3 years is all investments done by us. So say it's around 20-25 lakh rupees, all investment next 3 years, putting all together from our side, because you don't have any investment. So we feel that if someone is already a partner, and there has to be some understanding that brand which you are taking now. So it's a brand fee, it's a license fee, it's a franchise fee, or it can be our onboarding fee for Indian markets. For Africa, we have revised that. In fact, it is only 8,000 USD. And for other countries, we also have some other fee structuring, but for Africa, it is only 8,000 USD, and Sajid will further take it up once he has a discussion with you all, because he takes care of all international market. And for domestic, for India, it is 6 lakh plus GST as of now. And next 3 years, there is no investment. All done by our side, and we have very, very successful network today. And what we feel is that somebody who is joining us, only somebody who is very, very serious. And this is also creating the seriousness both sides. If you are invested, you are serious, because our business is return on involvement and return on intelligence. We feel if you want to become intelligent, you have to be involved. So you will, we can train you on daily basis, but it is all about you to be active in this business. We all are super active in this business. Further, yes, we will be having one-on-one interaction with all of you, because you have given us enough time to this webinar. We understand it's a one-sided, but we'll reach out to you to have a one full understanding and discussion with you. And if we feel really that we are on the same page and this can be the right opportunity for you, we will join hands for sure. And if someone is really looking for immediate basis also, then 18th, 19th, and 20th of January, we have 3 days training program. We'll immediately start. In fact, we have one partner, he is not able to come. So we have an event, he is coming to attend our event. We'll give full training over there. That is also possible. But training, which is physical training in our office, it is happening once in a month, 3 days. Coming to you to Delhi is on your own. Rest all done by us. Your pickup to drop is everything done by our side. Your accommodation to food to everything is done by our side. But this will be only once in a month. So please feel free to reach out. And otherwise, when we reach out to you, have a full discussion, and then we'll take it up further. In the interest of time, I think we have a little more consumed today time. So we would like to thank you for joining this webinar and giving us enough time and listening to us patiently. And we'll definitely value your time. And in case there is anything else you are looking forward, this cannot be something now you have heard us. This cannot be one of the opportunity for you. Then we will further, see what is your requirement, and definitely some of our IFC partners will definitely help you with other opportunities which we are already set. That's what our core business is. Till then, once again, thank you so much from my side, from all my panelists as well. And we look forward to have some on board this month or maybe next month.